I would like to share a testimony when I was in the heavens. It's not because of me, it's because of Him. He wanted to show us, His children, His glory, His power, and His might. So I came to this prayer. There was about 40 people there, more or less. And there was worship going on. The worship team was playing, singing. There was about 40 people there, worshiping the Lord, praying, crying, being silent, and so on. So I came and I was sitting in a chair. I sat down. My wife was next to me. I closed my eyes and sitting in this chair, just worshiping Him and praising His name. What happened? Everything became quiet. Everything became silent. Remember, I had my eyes closed. Music was supposed to be playing. People were supposed to be praying, crying, worshiping the Lord. But everything was just quiet and silent. And I appeared in heavens. When I appeared in heavens, I seen God. But around Him, I seen angels. And how I know it was God? Because the beams of light was coming out of God. And the angels were protecting from me seeing Him. But those beams that was coming from God, they were so bright, they were so white, they were so powerful. Plus, in heavens, there's no time. Because I had no idea what time was. In heaven, there's no pain. Because when I sit there and I worship the Lord, when I go to prayers, I sit down in the chair and I rock back and forth. And I would get pain in my back. But at that moment, there was no pain. And your mind is free from everything. You're not thinking about anything. You're not thinking what's happening at home. You're not thinking what's happening to your family. You're not thinking about anything. You're just thinking about Him. But when I was in that third heavens, or in heavens, I knew one thing. If my face would see God's face, I would melt like wax because of His glory. Because those beams of light that was coming out of God, it was His glory. He was shown His glory, how glorious He is. So I remember just worshiping Him, praising His name, glorifying Him, being in heavens, and having my head down. One of the lights that was coming from God, one of the lights of glory, the beams of light, it was so powerful, it penetrated the wings of an angel, and it came directly towards me and it went through me. And I just remember just continue to worship Him and praise Him. And some time passed because there's no time. I started leaving the realm, kind of walking backwards. And the scene would get smaller and smaller and smaller. And the thing is, then I started hearing the worship team playing music and worshiping the Lord. And they were singing so softly, holy, 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 sitting on a throne, sitting on a throne. And every time I made a step backwards, I started hearing people singing, I started hearing people crying, I started hearing people worshiping the Lord. And I came back to this realm. When I came back to this realm, I was not myself for 2-3 hours. That beam of light, of glory, that penetrated through me, it filled me up with Him, of who He is. At that moment when I came back to this realm, I felt like flying. I felt like I just wanted to spread my hands and just flap my hands and fly. I felt so free. I felt so relief. I felt so much love. So the thing is, after that 2-3 hours, I was just being happy, joyful, and just being filled with His love. So I want to kind of motivate you guys, or tell you, spend time with Him, because He wants to show His glory to every person, because He is a loving Father. Spend time with Him. Please comment below if you seen or been to third heavens or seen Him. Be blessed.